Hey there, you guys. This is going to be a little quick, little general energy reading. I hope that this reading works out. I felt guided to work with the karma cards because they work with astrology, the planets, the astrological signs, and the houses. So I wanted to use this energy to kind of update us on Mercury retrograde and check in and see where we are with that. Because I feel like all of this stuff going on astrologically is crazy. It's just causing a lot of shakeups, okay? And it's not necessarily a bad thing, I wouldn't say. I mean, it's challenging and all that, but in some cases it's meant to help us. So anywho, I wanted to work with the karma cards and see what the messages we got from these cards. And I should start using these more often because they are very accurate. My brother actually put me onto these cards like 3 years ago, and I just bought my own. I think this past Christmas I bought them for myself, and they are very accurate. So I'm going to tune into the energies of where we are collectively with this Mercury's retrograde. And I believe Mercury retrograde ends the 31st of this month, but I feel like the energies will still linger. I think September 4th really is like when it's, Mercury retrograde is up and done. Don't quote me on that. All right. Let's see. Okay. So planets. Really should put it this way. I'm silly. Okay. Planets, signs, and house. So we have Scorpio. The blue, I think is the outcome. Okay, so I'm going to read the blue. So we have Neptune, Scorpio, and the 4th house. And for some reason, I felt 4th house energy. I don't know why, but I did. So let's see what the messages are. Okay, so they have a spirit message, they have a mental message, and they have a physical message. I believe that's how it works. So I'm going to read the spirit message first, obviously. All right, so the idealization, purification to resurrect what makes you feel secure. Okay, that's interesting. All right, so I feel like this is a shakeup. Like it's bringing about, this energy currently is bringing about everything that we've literally held on to within ourselves. It could even be, it could have been things that we've kept hidden from others, whether it's our feelings, our thoughts, things in secret cannot be hidden at this time. And you might even have witnessed this previous to this reading. It could have been a week ago. During the solar eclipse, I feel like it went haywire with everybody just showing their asses technically. Like just stuff just coming up and people not being being consciously aware that they're even doing it. It's just like certain things are just being said, done, secrets coming out. So in this case though, like it says, it's the what makes you feel secure with the 4th house influence. So these are things that you've sat with for so long, adopted within yourself over time. Could even be, secrets that you've kept since a child, and these things may just come out subconsciously, or you might not even be aware that you just said what you just said, or, and I can resonate with this, and it just happened so timely. Like my friend with if you watch the healing message for sexual trauma, my friend reached out to me and asked me if I could do a reading on healing those wounds. And I started sharing my story about my experience with molestation, which I don't talk about that all the time. And I was so young, and I guess I still haven't addressed it so much. So it doesn't affect me like that. It is what it is. I forgave the person that did it. But even that's not something I would share, especially not on YouTube. I'm not the most vocal person. When you know me, like when I'm reading, it's really not me, or it's the higher aspect of me. You know, the regular Chenoa, she doesn't talk as much unless she's comfortable with you. um I don't always have much to say. I'm very quiet, I'm very private, I don't like sharing my personal business. So for me to share that through YouTube, that is pretty much what I'm getting with this energy as an example. So the mental message is confusion regarding the secrecy of support. Okay. So mentally, I feel like on a lower level, this energy, you might not feel like you have much support from those around you. Therefore, you keep things hidden, or you might just share information so that you do have that extra support, which I can understand, and I get both ways. That's what I'm getting. As far as a physical message, you have sacrifice resulting from the power of your home base or family. So it could be a lot of shakeups in the home. It might be some things where some family secrets come out around this time, okay, if they have not already. And some things that you didn't know your children were feeling, your parents were dealing with, all kinds of things. And I don't want to say this, but this is what's coming up, because Scorpio can represent death as well, in rebirth. Could represent physical death, or it can represent transformational death. But I'm getting that maybe somebody is, been holding the secret that they're ill, terminally ill, and does not want to share it with the family. It might just slip up out of nowhere. I'm getting like this message that somebody might read a letter or something, or find some sort of documents that exposes this information. Something like that. But just know that I feel like people are not even aware that they're doing it. It's very subconscious, especially with Scorpio being here. And even as I'm reading this, I'm looking at one of my tarot decks. The card at the bottom is actually the death card. So it's kind of crazy. So this is a transformational energy, regardless of how we look at it. These things have to come up to the surface, because certain things need to just be let go of and released once and for all. I'm not too big on astrology, so I can't get into real depth of these, these pairings together. Scorpio in the 4th house and Neptune involved. So the action we have, the spiritual action that you can take, it says, inspire others with the extraordinary power of prayer as you did in the past. Okay. So Spirit's telling you how to deal with whatever it is spiritually that you're going through. I feel like sending out high vibrations, or sending out love and healing to others in a way that you have with yourself, and maybe you have experience where you helped somebody through prayer or through intention, whether they were aware of it or not. I like to send out, when I'm, starting my day, I like to send out a prayer or the intention with Archangel Michael to protect my family, my loved ones, whether they're near or far, and protect their loved ones near or far. Okay. I also do that for the people that I read for. Before I start the reading, I ask for Archangel Michael to protect them and anybody else that they're around, their loved ones, whether they're near or far, to protect them as well. So this could be a method that you have. It could be different from mine, of course, but I feel like that's what Spirit's telling you to do. Especially if you're someone who's a rape victim, for example. Let's say other people are like you. So send out the intention that they can heal themselves in the way that you healed, or address your issues that have been helpful for yourself, for them. Share that information with them. It's kind of what I'm getting. The mental action to take is, be prepared to sacrifice for the highest and lowest aspects of your home base or your family. Okay. I feel like that makes sense. So yeah, so if you're holding a secret, a deep dark secret that you just don't feel comfortable with sharing, you got to think about not just the pros and the cons, but think about like, what effect would it have on your family to keep that secret from them? Not tell them that you're sick, or Not tell them that you've been feeling this way, or that you want to move or switch jobs, or that you're gay, or whatever the case may be. That you've been holding the secret, or that you've been molested, even if it happened to you when you were 7 or whatever. It's not an easy thing, of course not. But don't be afraid, because it's like, it's gonna bring about some healing for you guys. I really feel. In your family, it's gonna set some things free. Physically, the physical action to take is yielding. Yielding is the only way to control the situation and do what makes you feel secure. Okay? So go about it in the best way that feels comfortable to you. Like I said, it might just happen unintentionally. It might just come out in a certain way, but I feel like Spirit has got everybody's back. You know, especially if you've acted in a just way and you're doing this out of love. You're not sharing all of your secrets out of love and safety for those that you care about. I definitely feel like Spirit is going to support you. If you're holding secrets, like, you know, you've been cheating on your wife for 12 years, you got kids all around the country, that type of stuff might not happen that way. But you do have to, I hope that this makes sense. You do have to share that information, I feel. You're being encouraged to, because if not, it's like the Tower energy too. If not, it's like things are just going to come crashing down, and it's like, you know, I'm getting like this vision in my head. It's like a Bible movie. Have you ever like seen one of those Bible type of movies where they talk about revelations at the end of the world, and it's like the world is shaking up and it's splitting in half and stuff, and then these dead people are like coming out of their graves, and it's kind of scary, but so I'm getting it. It's like things are gonna shake up, and it's gonna throw all the stuff that you thought you buried and thought was dead and rise it to the surface. And if you've been trying to suppress certain things, Spirit's not gonna allow you to, because at the end of the day, this is a big and massive cleansing that's happening on a global scale, I feel. I don't really like to talk about like nature's like catastrophes and stuff like that, but the hurricanes and all of that, but I feel like that too is like a cleansing. They say like Hurricane Katrina was something that was like I think they said it was like a witchcraft thing or something, some voodoo that somebody did years ago or prophesized that it would happen. I feel like it's a cleansing of an area. When certain stuff like that happens, I feel like what Mother Nature is doing is clearing all of that energy out. Could have been dark energy down there in New Orleans that needed to be cleansed out. Same in Houston. Could be some stuff out there, you know, just collectively or energetically wise in that area that needed to be cleansed out. So I feel like that's what Mother Nature is doing. That's what Spirit's doing for all of us. You know, simply explained. I hope that makes sense. And like you guys, like I said, I'm a Gemini Mercury, and it sounds like I'm just talking and talking, and I feel like I don't even make sense. But I really pray that my messages are coming out clear. I really, really do. Judgment. Let's see. There we go. Excuse me. Judgment card. Judgment is kind of like the imagery I was getting with like, it's like this gloomy, dark scene like of a movie where it's like the earth is cracking in two or just all kinds of pieces, and you look at these like underneath the surface is these dead bodies that are like just coming out, and everybody's freaked out looking at it. It's kind of what I'm getting here with the judgment. That's the overall energy. So to simplify it again, like I was saying, I feel like the dead stuff needs to come to the surface, and Spirit's doing it. It's all divinely orchestrated. As you can see with this major arcana, there's an angel blowing the trumpet. It's rising up all of the bullshit underneath the surface, or all of the hidden stuff or junk or things that we thought we could hide or we didn't want to address or feel or think about anymore. They have to come to the surface because there's a major cleansing that's coming. The bottom of the deck is a strength card. I feel like it's to help us grow as an individual, to evolve as an individual and as a collective, sure. But also to find our inner strengths within ourselves. Because it's like, whatever we're dealing with, it's not an easy thing. It's not easy. It's not going to be an easy process. But we have support from Spirit. Even if it feels like we don't. We do. We do. So that's the reading, you guys. I hope I'm not just rambling. I really hope that it's hitting some things for you intuitively. It's making sense, at least, I hope. As always, you guys, I'm sending you much love. And until the next reading, peace.